Hello, everybody. Good afternoon and greetings, warm greetings from Netherlands. We have a very sunny day, so I hope that the sun, which actually is shining on me, will not disturb the image. But I think everything is looking fine. So welcome in my next vlog, inspired this time by a great person which I had the pleasure to talk last week. Cindy Layton. She's PhD and she works as a project management in Regeneron in New York. And we talked online with Cindy about my startup activities, how I bring agility. And she brought very nice inspiration and actually called me out. Not to the blackboard, but I love to be called out, to ask me to reply and share how do I leverage the agile mindset to collaborations. So thank you very much, Cindy, for bringing it. Cindy is also the co-founder of Science Bridge Network, so Sci Bridge Network. And she also helps to create community for people which are, especially researchers, academic researchers, which want to make transition to industry. So I was thinking how I could answer this question. So how do I leverage agile mindset for scientific collaborations? And I thought, of course, I am very enthusiastic to talk about agility, and you can find all different vlogs about agile mindset, agile workshops on my YouTube channel, and I will put the link to the YouTube in the comments. But I thought I could talk endlessly about this, and I thought maybe it will be more interesting and more inspiring also if I will give you some highlights of it. And of course, one of the important things having agile mindset is to work fast, working in agile way, keeping agile mindset on all the time helps you to work, especially in very time efficient way, and applying also agile project management also supports this process in terms of scientific collaborations in a very time efficient manner. The other thing which I wanted to bring here, having agile mindset is also, as I told you, more important would be for me more maybe to show you how I do it, because essence of agility is actually, of agile mindset is learning by doing and not learning by talking only. So I think we should put a lot of actions there to initiate such collaborations, and that's what I'm doing, also becoming a leader of such consortium, and importantly creating the scientific collaboration as a team-driven effort, and especially taking into account working and creating small collaborative teams. So this also, in perspective of time, it will bring very time efficient process. I would say maximum to 5 collaborators would be the most optimal regarding agile, working by applying agile mindset. The other thing which I'd like to share today is that especially when you initiate scientific collaborations, I'm particularly talking here also, which is typical for working in agile teams, cross-functional teams. So bringing especially interdisciplinary collaborations in order as a startup later on, or as a collaborative team, to bring a product. And these collaborations are not only interdisciplinary, but also importantly academic, industrial, or academic or public-private collaborations of partnerships. and that's what makes it really exciting, because I always start thinking from perspective to solve any problem and bring solution to it, and bring it to the solution to the market in terms of a product, and this can be a medical device, this can be advanced therapy, a medicinal product, so ATMP, different types of ATMPs in terms of stem cells or combined with biomaterials. And in order to bring these products, it's important to think from different perspectives. So to have this very interdisciplinary mindset to solve this complex challenge and bring this solution, interdisciplinary solution, since our body is not representing just the biological entity, but it's actually, from perspective of biophysics, is a mechanical entity following physics rules. And that's why taking perspectives, working with different scientists, can not only bring the most attractive out-of-the-box solution, interdisciplinary solution, but also bring this agile impact, this interdisciplinary impact. So that's something which I think it's the first thoughts I'd like to share with you. If we dive deeper, that's what I'm also presenting already at my last vlogs, and I talk about this, is the process. You cannot just jump from point A to point B in a time-efficient way. You have to go through the process. The same is happening as a collaboration process. You have to go through collaboration process, and participating actively in it, and also being a co-leader of this collaboration, implementing also my coaching skills, helps me here, especially agile coaching skills, helps me here to make this process also very insightful, very interdisciplinary, and within this process there is a space for changing perspectives. And having this, as you may also heard, growth mindset. And changing perspective particularly is important in this process, because it helps you to create and in continuous way improve not only the process but also the solution, which is the end, in that case, in the end goal when we, for example, apply for research grants and send proposal. So taking different perspectives is very important. So changing your mindset, being flexible, that's also representing agile mindset, really important for interdisciplinary scientific collaborations. And I didn't yet mention that I very much love working also with multinationals. Why? Because they have, because of their nationality, because of their background, they have very different way of thinking. They have very international mindset. And sharing this mindset, they are also way more open for developing different perspectives. They're way more open-minded already as internationals. So that makes it really enriched as a process in terms of scientific collaborations, hearing perspectives of different multinational collaborators. And regarding this changing perspective is also important that it's vary from collaboration to collaboration, you know. Not always you have the same collaborative team performing or thinking about different solutions and bringing them all to the market. This is not done by one collaborative team. This usually occurs by working different collaboration teams, depending on the end product, depending on the interest, depending also on assets of each of the collaborators and expertise. But especially when as a startup, I initiate collaborations with academics, for me it's very important here applying agile mindset or how I leverage agile mindset to such scientific collaborations, not only by initiating, but also by understanding perspectives, risks, of such academic collaborators, but especially when I collaborate with group leaders, assistant professors, associate professors, or full professors, I understand very well that after PhD and for postdocs, what are actually their obligations also at academia. So I very much value their time, and that's why this time-efficient agile process helps so much to initiate and also maintain this collaboration and improve it in very stepwise, but also still time-efficient manner, which is very highly appreciated by very busy, actually, academic collaborators. And I can just remind you what kind of functions or obligations they have. They are not only involved, maybe from perspective of PhD students or postdocs, or master students, to guide students during their research projects. But also they have a lot of different obligations regarding to teaching, regarding to, very often they are asked by journals, scientific journals, to be reviewers, so reviewing articles to be accepted or not, giving their feedback, comments, being in PhD committees, advising also students, mentoring them if they have enough time, although that's always, I think, a big challenge. And also writing grants, because they also financially responsible for their laboratory, so they need also to write grants, academic grants or collaborative grants. So that makes their schedule really busy if you can now understand. So I understand it very well. So that helps me to change these perspectives very quickly. And also, if this would be startup also is very, in a way, a busy entity, which is not always have broad resources. It's rather limited by resources. So this also is important. Time is always important also for startups, not just for busy academics, which are group leaders, but also for startups and also for other collaborators, especially when you think from the business perspective. That's also something which a lot of people appreciate, especially when you are very well prepared and you value the time of everybody you collaborate with. And when I started my business, one of my business mentors told me, Aneta, what's different between academia and industry and business is really that in business the time is money. It's really very valuable. It's very precious. So use it wisely. So that's what I wanted to bring in, and changing this perspective, having this agile mindset by changing this perspective really helps to create good collaboration, long-term, and build very, very nice and fantastic relationships. The other thing which I wanted to bring, which was part actually of the post by Cindy, by SciBridge Network, was about who is the ideal team player. I would like to actually even go forward and ask, who is the ideal collaborator? Well, definitely open-minded person, humble, which already is brought by SciBridge Network, Cindy. So someone who is open to learn, shares and gives credits. That's really important. And not particularly someone who is just wants to be right, because this never will evolve in agile type of collaboration, especially interdisciplinary collaboration. Someone who is hungry, that is also ideal collaborator, so motivated to do their best to support this collaborative team, and which is self-motivated. That's very important, and also accountable, right? It's doing for what promised. So that brings this mental agile mentality to the table, which is very important for successful scientific collaborations. And finally, I don't have to say, but somebody who is smart, but not in terms of intelligence, common intelligence, right, or knowledge, but also someone who is emotional intelligence, knows also how to navigate potential conflicts, and sometimes maybe discussions, right, discussing and changing perspectives. So this is very important, to be smart, emotionally smart, as an ideal collaborator. And that's the type of collaborations, of course, I'm also looking for and talking to, and bringing to the table and work together. So that's a very exciting, open-minded process. And what I could at the end maybe share, because I wouldn't like to make this vlog very long, there's definitely a lot of topics to bring, but especially for those of you which never heard about Agile mindset, if academics are watching me particularly, but also people in business, if you are more interested about, you know, what is Agile mindset, Agile mindset is also about experiencing it, in learning by doing. And I perform Agile team building courses when I allow participants to learn about Agile mindset and how to implement it in very interactive workshop. So, and I also will put a link for this workshop, so you can participate in a team, or you can I can coach you individually. And the other workshop is about leadership, especially when I talked about initiating leadership, taking a leadership position or co-leadership position, is shaping your Agile leadership. I have a workshop, Shape Your Leadership. I'm very cordially inviting you, if you would like to initiate consortia, become a leader of Agile consortia, to take a part in such workshops. And I also put a link there. So I think that's something which I'd like to share today. Thank you very much for attention, for listening. By the way, active listening is also important to initiate successful Agile team-driven consortia. So thank you for active listening. And I'm inviting you to the workshops, Agile workshops, to experience Agile mindset and implement it in your business, or in your professional activities. So thanks a lot, and again, thank you very much, Cindy, to bring this great inspiration and bring this great inspiring questions, which now I hope I gave you a satisfying answer, and satisfying also highlights, interesting highlights to consider. So warm greetings from Leiden Bioscience Park, and see you next time in next vlog. Bye!